Shalom, Shalom, Mishpacha. Welcome to another edition of Ray Bash's Ramblings. I'm your host, Rabbi Yehudah ben Shomeyr, and today I come before you with some very urgent prayer requests regarding my return trip to Nigeria that is slated for November 2011. First of all, I would like to preface these prayer requests with a little recap regarding my trip to Nigeria, August of 2010. I like to call it the missions trip that almost wasn't. And so let me read to you a little bit of my account and the difficulties that I encountered, which will help you to understand the prayer requests that are to follow. From the get-go, Hasatan tried to stop this missions trip and almost succeeded. From obtaining the travel visa to getting all my travel inoculations to securing the plane ticket, crossing borders, and from a 2-day departure delay, this was a missions trip that almost wasn't. At one point, I became so discouraged and frustrated due to all the problems, miscommunications regarding my ticket, that I almost canceled the trip and refused to go. I even began to question, due to the many obstacles and delays, if Elohim was actually trying to stop the trip instead of Hasatan. Was my safety at risk? Did I have a hidden impure motive that I wasn't aware of that either hinders or disqualifies me from going? I became so confused. Was this an act of Elohim, Hasatan, man, or a combination of all three? Even when I was fully confused and full of doubt, my wife was a rock-steady bastion of faith who never doubted for 1 minute that I would go to Nigeria and that it was all orchestrated by Elohim. I learned a very valuable lesson even before my trip began. That is an aspect of marital oneness I never knew or experienced before. I discovered that when a couple is truly one, when one spouse's spiritual radar has been jammed, the other receives the divine transmission clearly. In my state of sinful doubt and confusion, my wife was faithful, discerning, and clear on what was afoot in the spiritual realm. We know that the Scriptures tell us that God is not the author of confusion. We also know that the Scriptures tell us that the evil one, that Satan, is the father of lies. We also know that the Scriptures tell us that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but the spirit of power and of love and of a sound mind. In 2010, I had confusion and fear working against me that wasn't of God, that clouded my mind, that clouded my judgment. And thankfully, my wife was able to see and discern in the Spirit clearly. Now, I'm slated to go to Nigeria for a return trip in November of 2011. And I honestly didn't expect that it would be an easy path. I expected it to be wrought with difficulties where Hasatan was trying to throw a monkey wrench into the cogs and trying to stop this from happening. And indeed, this is the case. Let me read to you a prayer request that I posted online just recently, and this will help you to understand the urgent need of this prayer request. In preparation for my return trip to Nigeria, I have unfortunately discovered that the usual agency I go through to obtain a Nigerian visa no longer provides services to the Nigerian High Council in Ottawa, due to the extreme difficulty the agency has had dealing with the Nigerian High Commission, and thus I will be having to go through another agency, which estimates the process to take 20 to 30 days. Now mind you, this is the end of August, the beginning of September. I only have 2 months in order to obtain my visa for Nigeria. Time is short, so please pray that I will find favor in the eyes of all who handle my documents, and that it will speedily be processed without incident, so that I will not miss my engagement in Nigeria this November. Now, to complicate matters, I'm not only applying for one visa, but during this month of November that I'm in Nigeria, I'll be slated to travel to Ghana to hold a conference there for approximately a few days. And so, in addition to obtaining a Nigerian visa, which takes 20 to 30 days, almost a month, to process it, I will be applying for a visa for Ghana, which they estimate takes anywhere to 5 to 10 days. So my back's up against the wall. The clock is ticking. I have just about all my other documents and things required that I need in order, with the exception of maybe a few things such as getting photographs that I'll need to be able to put in with the documentation as I send it to be processed so I can get my visa. So please pray. Please pray very hard that everything will fall into place, that I will be able to get all the documents, all of the things that I need, all the papers that are required. Another reason that I'm applying for my visa a little bit late is on account of I'm going to a conference to speak the first weekend in September. Not only that, but in obtaining the documents from my host, which is in Nigeria and Ghana, there's been some internet problems. There's been some delays in regards to getting that information, attaching it to documents, and getting that information to me. It needs to be understood that, especially Nigeria, the power grid is very fragile, and they often go without power several times during the day, so it's not always easy to get online, let alone to scan and upload and send documents that are necessary to people. So please take these things into consideration, and please pray. I thank you so much for your love, for your prayers, and for your support. Also, in addition, I am approximately $1,000 short of meeting my $3,000 goal. So if anybody would like to contribute in that way as well, please go to my website, www.adint-ministries.com. On the home page, there is a donation button which you could click. And you also can find my physical address that you could also send a check or money order to. Please address it to Kris Shoemaker, Krisshoemaker. That is my English name. P.O. Box 763, Fort Fairfield, Maine 04742. Thank you very much, and Shalom and Shavuot Tov.